Go.
Go for it.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the A and B semifinals of this 20th annual Cherry Blossom Bonspiel at Potomac Curling Club. On our feature sheet, we're going to have Sticks and Stones from Potomac, led by Janice Barber, run by Stacy, Carol, and Lisa. And I'm sure you all know who they are, so I won't worry about names. Playing against Philadelphia, Team Dutt, with Brian Dutt, Leslie, his wife, as vice, Bob Purcell in there somewhere, and Lee Alexander throwing. Ian, unfortunately, was injured, so he won't be playing this weekend. And
but he's here.
He's here. He's floating around making a general nuisance of himself.
Yeah.
But, you know, as a general nuisance, I wholly approve. And here we go. First truck up by Lee Alexander.
I have to say, so there was I injured my leg earlier this year, and there was a Bonspiel in Columbus that we were supposed to go to.
The Beers of Columbus?
Beers of Columbus. Yeah. And I was this close to actually just going and drinking the beers, because why not?
Why not? Know? It's a good time.
But even then, my leg would not have held up for a car ride. It was a long car ride. So
you've recovered, though, by the
I'm totally fine.
Good.
Now.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah.
We're in the C semis tomorrow.
Good luck.
And it's holding up okay.
Good.
Ask me tomorrow morning, and I may have a different answer for you.
All right. Assuming that guard was a little overthrown or a testing. A test and. Sorry, little technical issue. No, he's fine. No. All right, so it looks like that hit was missed. So we're going to come in underneath, see what we can see. Yeah, we sent a couple teams to Beers of Columbus, didn't we?
We had, my team and at least a few other players. I don't know if there was another full team.
Okay.
There may have been.
It felt like half the club was there. And that guard will slot nicely in. Beauty. Lined up 1-2.
We're going to have the Michael Ray versus Stephen Enochson yelling contest again tonight. There's Michael.
Yep, we hear. Is that Michael Ray we hear?
Yep, that was. Yep. Stephen's on the other end from him. They were next to each other earlier today.
For those of us in stereo sound, right channel will be Mr. Ray and left channel will be Mr. Enochson. All right, Bob Purcell lining up in the hack with a Expos hat, which are rare around these parts these days.
I mean, the Expos did move.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
They are the Nationals now.
They are the Nationals.
I think they still count their franchise records as being Expos records.
Well, there's a few of those, a couple of those. All right, Bob just trying to come in under the guard, presumably. And just a bit light.
Yeah, just be more stuff in front.
Yep. And without hammer, that's just fine.
It looks like Stacy's throwing second rocks after all. Mm-hmm. On the sheet, it said she's vice.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, so a little change up in the order. And if they can get into the button there, they'll be pretty happy under those guards.
That's what they've been good at all weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I've been watching a few of their games.
There's been an expression to refer to that type of curling I've heard a couple times that I won't repeat here on the stream.
Yeah.
As it's
those of us who curl know what it is.
Yeah. And it's at club level.
You have to be able to make draws is basically what it comes down to, and especially on your home ice.
Mm-hmm. Never underestimate the power of 4 home ice ladies. All right.
Because she did manage to get, it was a little heavy, but it's still shot rock back there, and you're never getting that one out.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not going anywhere. And you're closing the scoring circle, scoring area, and reducing the chance of a big end.
Comes Bob trying to follow it in.
That looks
pretty close to the same line.
Yeah, that's right on. Little spicy, but should just come to rest.
Followed
maybe
it right
with a
in,
tap.
exactly.
Nice shot, Bob. And now we're just playing freeze to it. And hello to all 7 of you watching tonight. Most of the rest of Potomac here, either just coming off the ice or on the ice.
A little tighter.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to crash a little bit.
That's going to bump them up to be sitting 2 and still under guard. Ouch. All right, what do you do?
I would probably draw on that side that he's, Or
top 4 would be quite nice. Half buried under that red. And giving approximately 6 feet of ice for the curl. Call it 5.
Yeah, they don't need to go all the way back to center line. That's why I think they're giving that much. I think they're happy if it even ends up in the top 8 or something. Just a little piece under the red.
Yep. That would be sheet D we hear, yelling hard.
Yeah, Michael.
And this rock looking quite nice, though. It looks like it's going to crash.
I think, that's okay for it to be a guard, too.
Yeah.
Still space, though, I think, now for Carroll to get under.
Yeah, if I'm red, I just want to draw in and not be removed.
I mean, not that it's a lot of space, but there's the
Full
quote-unquote whole 4 foot.
Yeah.
Easy. Just
easy.
throw
Just throw
it
to the 4 foot. Yeah.
This game is so easy.
I don't know why everyone, and all the viewers who watched the previous game, please do not check in with us.
Let's see if she's got the line. That really is taken off.
Yeah, this ice has been very curly, and if you don't give it a really good handle, the rocks will break hard.
Yeah.
No, nothing to use.
I don't think she was super light on the handle. It just definitely really...
It just broke.
Yeah, grabbed and decided to turn. It's a lot of rocks in that 4 foot line there.
Yeah. Look at how high he's holding the broom on the sideline there.
I don't know if she hit the broom on the last one, but I don't think she got out to it on that one.
All the way out there either. Yeah.
It's so hard mentally to make yourself go that wide.
All the way out that.
Right,
Yeah.
Especially depending where they're from Philly.
Philly knows how to.
I know, but I feel like their ice is maybe a bit straighter than
it's
that.
Bucks I'm thinking of.
Bucks has ice that curls a lot. Yep. Still another chance here for Carroll to get under.
Yeah.
She can. Yeah. One again. There you go. Taking that same turn again. You gotta get it by. Gotta get it by. Gotta get it by all the ones, all the red too. Oh no. Made it by the front yellow, but crashed on the red. So here's the hard part is that when you give that much ice to your vice and they don't necessarily hit the broom, and you give yourself that much ice and you do hit the broom, is it actually going to do the same thing. We our game earlier, we played a team that had just had very different releases, and one of them would throw, and it would be a little bit of a positive release, a pop maybe, and it would go a lot straighter, and then the other person would have a little bit of softer release. So they kept having to adjust where they put the broom, which is why you see a team like Rachel Homan's team. They drilled Tracy Homan or Tracy Fleury into throwing kind of the same type of release and all that stuff, so that everybody's consistent. You can put the broom in the same place. This one looks pretty good. He definitely got out to the broom this time and coming in and just trying to, I think, looks like it's just trying to block that same draw path. So now we'll see if Jan wants to really try that same thing and go way, way out there as well. She even has the option, if he does go out a little bit far, to kind of play a little wick off of that red and the 12-foot and roll yourself in if you're a little bit heavy. It's one of those ones that it's just kind of hard to judge when you're out that far, how hard do you have to throw it. So it's good to have an option of being able to do that. Like Jan took a bit of ice to try to get around everything, so still has room around everything too. Like the guards are long enough and the finish is good that you can get it all the way around and still touch the 4-foot. It's just going to be really tricky to judge how much weight you have to throw out here. She definitely threw what I would consider a lot of weight. I think they were trying to play the little rub off because it was heavy, and it just went right through the hole. Yeah, that was the audible of playing the plan B. Try to rub a little bit of the red and get that roll under, but not quite able to do it. So Brian Dutt is going to try to plug up that hole even more. How far up is he? Has he moved up the sideline even more? I think he might have.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah. I mean,
oh my God.
Now he's moving him even further up, yeah. Because the problem is you can't throw the guard from the other direction because there's all those yellows already in the way. So you have to throw it from this direction to try to put it up there. So we'll see how he does here. When you move the broom up that far, it feels like it's going to come so close to the sideline at some point too, like when you actually let it go.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I think he was a little narrow on it.
But if you followed the line of the previous one, that pretty much, it's about as good as you can do.
Yeah.
This is one of those ends where you just get sucked into throwing the same side all the time. It's probably an easier shot now to throw the other turn, and now she's looking at it, yeah. But you haven't thrown anything over there all in, so you don't know how hard you need to throw it.
Yeah.
Where to put the broom. And especially when this side has been curling so much, if you put the broom in the wrong place on the other side, it's still a bit of a guess. So I think she probably thinks that she can throw something similar, even if she taps up the red on the side. There's probably a little bit of room. Looks like more weight, I think I heard them say. So you're probably just going to have to tap that in. No, it's really curling again. She's going to get a piece of it. Oh, just wicked. No, not enough. So that'll be a steal of 2 for Team Dutt after one end. So this is the B event semifinals. These teams have all lost just one game and got seeded into the B bracket. So the winners will move on to the finals, but the losers will be out. Over on that's on sheets B and C. Over on sheet A and D, we have the A event semifinals. The winners of that go to the final, and then the losers of that go to the consolation final. Basically the third place game. So it looks like we have, I don't know who's on which sheets. So it looks like Peaky Bloomers took a two-point lead in the first end over on sheet A in that A semifinal. My vice, Stephen Enochson, playing on that team. Over on sheet D, Team Dunham got a point and take a 1-point lead. So Michael Ray managed to cut them down. They were sitting a bunch for a long time. And then on sheet C, Total Eclipse of the Button took 3 big points in the first end. So the first rock from Lee Alexander goes in again, similar to last end. Here's Lisa Andrew trying to get this one a little bit down weight. Just bump it out, trying to hold the line. Makes contact, and they'll sit shot rock at least. Oh, I think Brian Dutt got fooled on that one a little bit. He was saying no when Lee let it go, and it got fooled a bit, but still can he get it out? Get it out? Oh, no, that's in. Still in the back there. Yeah, he definitely got fooled by that. I think the release was a little bit wide, but it started curling earlier than he thought it would. Tough one to get. You got to make sure the sweepers are communicating the weight on that too, because I probably think he was fooled because maybe it wasn't as hard as he thought it was or something. So now Lisa Andrew trying to get this to go straight down and freeze, but just over curling. All right, Bob Purcell now trying to draw one in and sit 2. Or just throw a guard. All right, another chance for Stacy to freeze down to that back yellow. A little bit more ice this time. I don't know if Lisa missed the broom by that much, but certainly it does curl. We've seen that. So if you get the weight right, it'll curl. The rock is all the way in the back 12. It's a hard one to judge the line because it has more distance to travel than you're used to. But that one is also going to just end up short and over curl again. So yeah, even with the extra broom, it was curled well over curled than what they thought. I don't know if it's going to go straighter for longer. Sometimes if you let it go and you throw more weight, it'll go straighter for longer and won't curl quite as much. But if you throw that little lighter handle and lighter weight, it curls earlier and the line just gets completely off of what you expect it to be. So Bob trying to get one back around again. Weight looks better. Still a smidge light, but sitting 2 now. Covered behind the guard, very nice. And I think if they tried to freeze to that back yellow, that would actually out-count the back yellow. So really good shot. So just a bumper weight hit here. Oh, wow, that one's really curling too. It's close, gotta get it by. Can they get it there? Oh, just the smallest rub. Maybe get lucky and spin it in. That really wants to spin. It really wants to, no, it tried really hard. It didn't quite spin in. Oh, what happened to Jamie? What did he do? Just decided to ditch us. Yeah, sitting over there at the bar, as usual. There's Steven. Now we hear Steven. Yep, pile another one in there for Team Dutt.
Thank you, John.
Checking his Instagram.
So that's a callback to. That's a callback to.
Yeah, I was just looking at
during the draw.
Yeah, I thought he was on his phone too, so it could have been.
Well, so yeah, during the last draw, he was. He said his skip was taking a long time to figure out a couple of shots. His skip, of course, being his wife. And so he just sat down on the bench and was scrolling through Instagram while he waited. And of course, we made note of that on the stream.
Yeah. So that was actually a very nice hit by Carroll. Sitting shot rock. It was pretty hard to roll anywhere, so that was you're sitting shot, and there's opportunity now for you to force the other team to make a good one. And yeah, that one over curls a bit. It looks like it. Yep, over curled a bit. Knocked the red even better, and now you're in business if you're Team Sticks and Stones. Try to throw the guard. Yeah, she was hesitating a little bit. There's an equally valid argument for throwing the guard versus throwing a draw around behind that corner guard that is there, but the guard looks maybe a bit heavy, so they're just going to drag it in there. Sit 2, maybe make them have to play a hard difficult double. All right, sitting 2. What do you think? If they hit that, does it jam on that back red? Might.
I think there's a good chance you could get it to go between the 2 in the back.
Depends on the angle. Maybe show that overhead real quick again. Just. Yeah, I think if you hit it right on the nose, it might jam. So you kind of have to hit it just a little high side, maybe. And then it should go over. Most important thing is to get rid of at least one. I don't think they're really worried too much about the jam anyway, because that yellow in the back 12 is still out counting as well. So. Oh, it looks like they're really getting fooled by this line. This one's over curling again, just like the last one did. So I think they're going to get the top one and roll. Yeah, rolled all the way. Jan's trying to get it out. All right. Had 2 on that line that just really curled more than I think they thought it would. So threw that pretty hard too. Nice shot over there on sheet C. Just squeaked by, but maybe just a hair heavy. Good sweeping to just get it by, though. All right, so it looks like Jan taking the other turn this time because didn't like really how the previous guard attempts were traveling on that other path. So taking the in turn. I will say the Sticks and Stones team does have the Best Dressed Award because they have their cherry blossom scarves. Love that. There you go. Once again, sitting 2 for Jan. Set up pretty well this end after giving up 2 earlier, and this time currently set up to take 2 of their own. But if, sorry, I just peeked over on sheet C and saw something grab a bit. It looked like it was a good line and kind of grabbed and curled a little more. So yeah, looking good to set up to take their 2 back, unless Brian can make a nice hit and roll here, make it tough for him. And of course, the curly line runs straighter this time. Hits it thin and through the hole. So it'll be a draw for 2 for Team Sticks and Stones. Coming down to last rocks on A, B, and C. Sheet D has not hung the score yet from the second end, but they are ahead of everybody else. They're already 3 rocks into the... All right, hammer, last rock for Jan Barber. Well, this one is looking very light. You're gonna have to drag this a long way. They're trying. They're trying, they're getting it there. There you go, very nicely done, good sweep. Sweepers knew it was light the whole way and went the whole way. And they score their 2 to tie up the game. Very nicely done. And it looks like
I'm not positive. I think they're playing with the wrong colors. I think they're yellow and winning.
the total eclipse is supposed to be triangle.
He's wrong.
Okay.
They used the wrong color, but this is the Yoshino team throwing yellow.
Yeah, so they didn't pay attention to what was on the board there.
Yeah.
Got it.
I got confused. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah. No, you're right, yeah. 'Cause the triangle people are standing on the boards and the yellow rock is being thrown. You're right. Yep. All right, so we appear to have a bit of a... we had an incorrect color being shown for Sheet C. That's now fixed. Doug Andrews' team Yoshino actually has a 4-point lead. The team from Triangle is Total Eclipse of the button. Still waiting for scores to be hung. It looks like 1 more point for Peaky Bloomers over on Sheet A. Very bad for viewing purposes to not have the scores update. Advice is hang your scores. Interesting setup here. I'm certain that Sticks and Stones did not intend to throw a corner guard for their opponents. So Team Dutt is going to try to take advantage of that corner guard and draw underneath. I don't think they're super worried about that rock in the top 12 at this point. So it makes a lot of sense. As long as you can get it around and in. It's really curling hard. Just make sure it's in. Oh, nice sweep. Very good. Even got more room for another one behind it if you really wanted to. All right. Did she say she was going under the corner guard? Unconventional, I'll just say that. But as I mentioned, there is room for another rock behind that corner guard. And maybe a bit late again. Yep. Yeah, so now that's really working out really good for Team Dutt. They can... Yeah, they don't even need to really hit that yet, but I think they are confident that Bob's hitting ability. It all depends on what you think your teammates can throw. Seems like a lot of ice to me. Well, it wasn't that much ice, I guess, because he's calling a sweep right away. And it overcurls, yep. I think he was a bit narrow on that too, but just overcurled. He was hoping to get that hit and roll behind the guard. Let's see, what's Jan gonna do now? Yeah. kind of along that same line. If you put it in the top 12 and block that draw path, put it somewhere you can use it maybe later. Well, if they can get it over, it might be in the path at least. Another great sweep by that team. Got it over. See the effort there. All right, let's see if Bob can make up for his previous throw. Sometimes it's hard to trust where they put the broom because it looks like so much ice and you don't want to. But oh man, oh wow, that definitely picked that. He did not miss that by that much. He was on the broom that time. Really took off on him. So now we'll see how many more Jan wants to put over on that right side. I'd be tempted to just kind of tap your own rock and sit 2 in the middle. It's getting kind of late in the end. This is the Vice's first rock. Looks like she's going to try to draw around again. I don't know if she really has had a good read on where the line is for this one because I don't think it curls quite that much. Carol, I feel like, had a much more positive release on that one. It wasn't that lazy handle, but it's still curling a ton too. You can see that rock start moving sideways toward the center line. And if you can get it just in and out count the yellow, that's pretty darn good. By the way, still waiting for a score to be hung on sheet D. Don't know who is in charge of that, but I think that Team Dunham Scott did score again. Oh no, wait, they did not. It must have been Michael Ray scored. Because Scott has hammer this end. Scott's sitting a bundle. So a little hit and roll here. Pretty good. That's a little tricky spot. They haven't thrown that side before. Sitting shot rock over on the left side of the screen as you're looking at it. Oh no. Had a broom shooter foul over here by the bar. Oh, this one looks like it's that tap, maybe, that I was talking about earlier. Oh, just missed it. Can Brian get it far enough? He does, so yellow's still sitting shot. So now he's going to have to switch gears and throw draws. Finally might be able to use those 4 corner guards he has over there. All right, let's see how Leslie's got, what kind of weight Leslie's got here. I think Brian also not sure where to put the broom based on the previous sticks and stones draws. And it looks like they're gonna sit 2. That's pretty darn good. Yeah, pretty good. So now decision time for Janice Barber. I think she thinks if she hits the outside one, at least she'll be shot then. Get a little flop to the inside. It's harder to, maybe a bit harder to be shot rock, and there's a jam possibility if you hit the the one that's fully in the 8-foot on the right side there. I think I heard her say hit and roll. Oh, they got to hold this one. Really got to hold this one. Oh, it's going to wreck on their own red. And, oh, thought they might get a little lucky there. But, in fact, a little unlucky. So Team Dutt still sitting 2. Little draw, a little tap. It'll be good. Well, they still haven't posted score for the second end over on GT, but it looks like Scott Dunham is about to score a bundle. Michael Ray just only got rid of one. He was trying to make at least a double. And it's a possibility of, I don't know how many it is. I haven't seen the overhead exactly, so it's probably 4 or 5. Brian Dutton here on our feature sheet, drawing one in. Just making sure you outcount the red in the back there. Pretty darn good shot. There's the overhead for you of sheet D. It looks like if he hits the red one, he'll get at least 4 if he rolls out, but a possibility of 5. And his shot is away. Andy's trying to hold it for him now. Looks pretty good, and right on the nose, very good. I don't think that one on the outside is in. They looked at it, no, just 5. Still a handful. So yeah, they'll take a 6-1 lead, well on their way to a spot in the A event final tomorrow at noon. All right, let's see what Sticks and Stones has for their last one here. Looks like they might just be trying to tuck one underneath behind everything. But the sweepers are really trying to get it there now. It's coming in good. If they can get it around that, probably want to get it a little bit further. If you can. Oh, just short. And it looks to me like Team Dutt is still sitting 3, so they'll play it safe, take more ice, try to make that draw for 4. All right, yes, taking much more ice even. And now we're on sheet C. You see the overhead view there that Total Eclipse has a chance now to get 2 and bring this game a little bit closer. Brian Dutt now seems to me has plenty of ice, and just the sweepers are trying to just make sure that it's there. It is curling quite a bit, so it indicates to me that it is a little bit light. But if they can get it into the 8-foot, oh, they got to keep going. Get a little rub and roll. No, not quite. Only 3. Still a real good end for Team Dutt, so they will take a 5-2 lead, assuming that they agree on the score. Yeah, they do. And it looks actually like Total Eclipse is, yeah, they are trying to get it in there. Just had to take a similar really wide line to get it in. See if they can drag it. See if they can drag it. Get it in there. Almost. Not quite. So just a score of 1 for Total Eclipse, it looked like. All right, most of our games now in the 4th end of 8 scheduled. We're looking over there. The last one that is still in the 4th end is sheet A. Which the hammer is coming right now. It's like a really tough shot for over there on sheet A. I had a bit of a groan over there, so I don't think that Yellow managed to make their shot on sheet A, so Peaky Bloomers may have scored. They did. They scored 1 more. Still 1 more. So we had a real nice draw around by Lisa Andrew on her first. And trying to follow that. Very nicely done by Team Dutt. Little tap. It's a tough one for Team Barber or Sticks and Stones because they know they need to score more than 1 point. And the yellow ones are in kind of advantageous positions for yellow, for Team Dutt. The brooms here had dueling brooms there for a second, you saw on the side of your screen. It's how much curl again, and looked like that one just didn't, it was a bit wide and hit the side. Or did they burn it? I didn't actually see that one. They were throwing it quite wide, so. Oh, it must have picked because she's lifted up the rock to look and see if there's something underneath it. So clean your rocks, people.
Mindy just chimed in with a comment.
I mean, it's just a good rule of thumb. When you're a junior coach, you have to tell them all the time to clean their rocks. This one's really cutting over hard. It's got to sit a little bit. Comes to rest in the back of the house. So still an advantageous position for Team Dutt with their rocks in the front of the house. And almost lost some rocks in the back of the house as the rock came over from sheet A, but was caught nicely. And this one's coming in sideways too. Just get a little, oh, just got it under. Great sweep. Really seeing some rocks coming in sideways. So clean your rocks, number one. Number two, make sure you give it some good rotation. You don't have to give it a huge amount, but just enough to keep the rotation all the way down. That one kind of was losing handle at the end and going sideways. So, all right, so here we go. Sticks and Stones trying to, looks like maybe trying to tap their own a little bit sideways to see if they can get one behind those yellows. Well, this one's definitely curling quite a bit as well. Has enough weight, but it's just curling a lot. Gonna rub off the red into the other. Still looks like 2 yellow, yep. But I would love to get rid of that one if you're Team Dutt. Don't want to leave any red rocks around where they can use them. Or guard. I don't know. All it depends on what you think your team can make, too. Because I know they've been throwing a lot of draws this end, so. This one's a bit out. There it comes. It's coming over now. You just don't want to tap the red up at all. It's going to come close to tapping it. It doesn't. Good. Came over pretty nicely there. Still might be a hole if Janice wants to try to go through and blast some stuff. What do you think, Dylan? Has Carol got the juice to do this one? Got the stick curler out here. Sometimes they can get some extra power on it when they want to.
Yeah, I mean, I would think should be able to get the power for it.
Just, I'm not totally sure what happens with that top yellow. It's going to hit off of the side red and jam a little bit. We'll see. Looks like she didn't call for too much weight, though. I thought I saw a bumper signal, so. Oh, and that's overcurling, going to be on the yellow guard. Still almost not very good, but it's still only 2 yellow, I think, still. So Team Dutt going to guard this up again. Team's kind of struggling a little bit with the line here, so makes it really, really difficult when you don't know where to put the broom or how to throw the weight of getting that guard in the exact correct spot. I think at least this time they have a little bit of leeway. You can leave a piece of either side of the rock they're trying to guard and not be too worried about it. And it looks like it left about the same shot. Well, that's some more juice from Carol there. I saw that. Let's see what happens here. Some action for sure. Right into the 2 of them. Not bad. Opened it up a bit more. Still 2 yellow, but now you have a rock maybe you can use there. And another steal of 2 for Team Dunham over on GT. I was watching this time. They're so far ahead of everybody, throwing their skip rocks. Although we are on skip rocks here. They just finished the 4th end over on GT, and on our skip rocks here, I think they're getting close to skip rocks on sheet A. And definitely skip rocks on sheet C as well. Although sheet C is going to have to wait maybe to throw their shot because Bob is standing right on the sideline of their sheet as well again. Oh, there's another one that's really taken off on him. I don't know if you can tell from the view on screen, but that really just went sideways again. You maybe get a little rub off of your own and sit. Tough one. I'm pretty sure that's not where he intended that guard to end up, so. Still a tough, there's not really very many good options here if you're sticks and stones. Like you said, you're trying to get more than one here. Maybe you can run the yellow and the 12-foot back onto your red, into the yellow. I've been watching too much professional curling, can you tell? There's lots of angles here. If I had the telestrator, it would show you, just like Russ Howard.
Right?
Lots of arrows.
Keeps suggesting to Ken that we get a telestrator system, but he keeps balking at that.
I feel like there's a couple options. She can play off of the yellow that's close to the 4-foot over there and maybe get a little bit of a roll under. Or she can hope that she can hit that yellow in the top 12 and do a bunch of damage that way. Or now she's looking at maybe can I draw even all the way over on the other side. Problem is when you want to score more than 1 point, you kind of have to get rid of the opponent stones that are currently counting as shot rocks. So. All right, here's the rock coming in. Looks like she's audibling to try to just get the little hit and roll. All right. So now we have a very lonely yellow rock back there, surrounded by 3 reds. But still a pretty good situation for Team Dutt. Looks like Brian is thinking about the double here, making some red go away. Yeah, I don't know that there's... The only shot that I see to get rid of the yellow that's currently in the forefoot is that weird angle yellow-red, yellow combination that I was talking about earlier. So, and it's like we said, it's hard to position your guards in just the right way. So getting rid of some red is a decent decision here for sure. All right, here we go. Team Dutt's final shot. Looking pretty good. Make the double. Yeah, he ticked it enough. It's still a lonely yellow, though. Got rid of one of them. Yeah, still a tough shot to get rid of that one yellow that's on the forefoot. Looks like Team Yoshino took 2 there in the 4th end. Should mention that Doug Andrew is our feature sheet Lisa Andrews' husband. He is skipping that Team Yoshino. All right, gotta gamble a little bit when you're down by 3, and honestly, there's not even an easy shot for 1, so I kind of like the gamble here. See if you can get some little magic to happen. Looks like they are trying to play that yellow-red, yellow combo. Hanging a bit wide, though. And no, just... All right, so just the 1 yellow, it looks like, for that. Steal of 1 for Team Dutt. Not sure if it was 1 or 2 on cheat day. Yellow scored for sure, but I don't know if they got 2 or not. right, Dylan, I'm going to have to ditch you because I got a 9 a.m. game tomorrow. I was
Oh.
just realizing that. So I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, oh.
I mean, I've
I'll
got a
try to
9
get-
a.m. game too.
Well, I'm going to get, well, that's your own fault, sir. You're doing the buttons, so
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get Jamie back over here for you, but I'll.
So over on sheet A, we did get confirmation that Yellow scored 2 in that fourth end. So that game is currently 4-2. The stone here on B, right on the center line in the 12-foot. This is lining up to be a hit. Looking like it's going to it's not going to get the angle they were hoping for. It's going to peel that yellow off. Shooter sticks around at the very edge of the 12, but did not get the possible double that was there. Nice center guard here from Team Dutt. Another takeout attempt, but this is over curling, and this is, yeah, gonna miss entirely. Appears I have been fully abandoned. I'll do what I can to keep up on this. Trying to do everything myself. Another high guard here to protect their shot rock in the 4-foot. We're going to try to come in on that takeout again from our right-hand side as we're looking at it. Got a fair bit of weight. Need to keep this straight. It's going to curl. Well, actually, this one's decided to hang a little bit. And just misses the jam. So they successfully peel that one off. And Team Dutt is going to just put that guard back. Got to curl a good bit if it's going to be that guard, but it is not. That's starting to curl now, but it's a little late. It's going to drift all the way in. And they're going to bring it to the back of the forefoot. Looks like it's gonna just flash on by. Just a little heavy on that one. Looks like they just finished up the fifth end over on sheet D, so we'll get that score. Oh, apparently it was a big end because in favor of Team Dunham because they are shaking hands. See if we can find out what that score was, but even after the fourth, it was 8-1. So again, over on sheet D, that was one of our A event semifinals. So the winner of that game will play in the A event final tomorrow at noon. And the loser will play in our D event consolation final, same time. So they both get to play regardless. It's the same story for our game over on sheet A, though that one's currently a 4-2 score in the fifth, so that one's a lot tighter. There are a lot of rocks there in the middle of sheet C's house, with a few rocks still to play. Team Dutt looking to keep the pressure on. Currently threatening a steal of 2. So if they can just protect that. And that guard that's going to end up as a nice center line guard. Protect one of them. The shot stone in the back of the floor is still peeking out a little bit. take a look at what this house looks like. Oh, there are 3 different rocks touching the button there on C. It's hard to tell, but at least from here it looks like red's 1. But second red rock is definitely 3rd. But from where I'm looking, it looks like red's sitting 1 there currently. So, but there's still a few rocks still to be thrown on sheet C for this end, so things are bound to change before the score gets decided. This heavy draw here is looking pretty good. Gonna grab the shot rock. Shooter's gonna spill out just a little bit to sit second, but yellow is now sitting just 1. Their other one was pushed all the way back to the back line. Still in play, but not in the house. So just a tripping hazard at this point. So Team Dutt gonna line up a lower weight shot. Probably, I'm assuming this is going to be a draw in to sit for 2 again. This one's starting to curl in. Looks like it's gonna come up and just sit in front of the redstone for 3, or for 3rd shot, I should say. So unlike all the other games that we've played so far this weekend, it was announced that since this is the last draw of the night, there is not a time limit in place for this draw like there has been for the others. So they will be able to play for as long as necessary to resolve their game. So if that, they'll be able to play a full 8 unless there's an earlier concession. The hammer here on sheet B. Team Stick and Stones trying to see if they can get themselves out of this one a little bit. And they're gonna end up, ooh, that's gonna be 2 points for Team Dutt. It's a 2-point steal there. So that'll make that game 8-2 currently. As we move into the 6th. And they're still talking about the shot here on C with this really crazy house that's going on. A, over on sheet A, they're going to measure to determine the score for the 5th. And they need to not put their broom in the middle of the sheet or the middle of the house, because that causes so many problems if there's slip up. So Team Dutt throwing a very nice center guard to start off the 6th. So the hammer is coming in on C, so I'll switch over so we can see that. And that rock is going to end up doing nothing to change the score. So from my point of view, sorry. It looked to me like it was 1 red. And they came to some conclusion because they're moving them all around. But we'll get a confirmation of that score here in a moment. So definitely it was 1 red because red is getting ready to throw that first stone. So total Eclipse managed to pull 1 out of that messy house. And that one's gonna just sneak past the red shot rock and end up in the back 8. So over on sheet A, the result was 1 point for yellow. So that game is now 4-3. Here's our scores as they are right now. So this rock from Team Dutt is going to end up in the top of the 8-foot, right in front of the red shot rock. So they'll probably be able to use that, something to raise with later. Red's just coming in from the opposite side. They're gonna bump onto the back yellow and sit 2 in the 4-foot. So, but Team Dutt's just gonna come down that same side and see if they can sit on the button. And with the backing, that should help keep them around. So that one's going to come in just at second. Didn't quite curl enough for them to get all the way to the button. But they cut down the score to just 1 for Stick and Stones. And this one from Stick and Stones is gonna bump onto the one in the very back and push that one out, and just stick around right on the back line. But didn't change any of the scoring stones. So Team Dutt's gonna try to sink another one in there. They actually get to the button this time. Looks to be curling a little better. It looks like it might be a little light this time, so it's going to end up top 12. But Team Dutt's not going to be too upset about that. They're up by 6 in the 6th end. And currently they're cut the score down to just 1 for red. Certainly something they'd be willing to accept as a result of an end with the, but still plenty of rocks for this end left. They're still on vice rocks. Oh, it's gonna just wick off of that yellow and come and sit the T-line in the 8-foot. House starting to get a little busier here on B. Especially on, as we're looking at it, on our right. From the shooter's perspective. Oh, very nice hit and roll. Rolls in, sits 4th. So red's currently sitting 1st and 3rd, and yellow's sitting 2nd and 4th. And a couple other yellow ones in the front of the house. And a few guards up in front of that. Getting a little harder for Team Stick and Stones to get their deuce here. So they're aiming to just freeze right to the front of that one. Make sure that yellow can't nudge that one in any further to sit for 2 or improve their situation and get to shot. This one's going to over curl and it's going to get into that. And ooh, that is going to be the exact opposite of what red wanted to do, because that pushes red out to sitting 4th and 5th. So yellow is now sitting 3. with just 2 rocks left in this end. Team Dutt gonna come in from shooter's left this time. See if they can, put a little more pressure on. Oh, and now he's switching up the shot. Gonna come in from the same direction they've been coming in for a while. From the right. I'm looking a little light. This one's going to be very high guard if it is going to manage to stay in play. I don't think that's what they were hoping for. It's not a terrible result because it does take, it does, narrow up the direct hit line, but probably wanted it another 2-3 feet further in. But that was a shot where the line was a little more important than the weight. Fair bit of weight on this one. That is already curling. Got it through a port that I don't think they expected to. Didn't get any of the ones, the actual counters. Did move some stuff around out in front. Yeah, now Team Dutt's gonna, with their last, Team Dutt's gonna come in from shooter's left. Are staying off of this one. Now they're on. It's really curling. Let's stay up as a guard. So Team Stick and Stones is looking at a shot against 3. Just out counting that yellow in the 8-foot. With the red that's in the back of the 8. That's the hammer on sheet C. Drawing in against 3. And Yoshino is going to get their 1. Make that game 7-2. And there's the hammer. And cut it down, but it looks to me as if that's still 1 yellow. They might bust out the measure on this one. Nope, they agreed on something. And it looks like that's going to be handshakes here on sheet B. So Team Dutt will win that game after 6. So we'll go ahead and switch over to sheet C. Just getting started with the 7th end. And bring up sheet A over on our side. It's the only other game going on right now. They're finishing the 6th end.
I think that was your only shot.
That sweep call you can hear is actually all the way from over on sheet A. Looks like that one just barely got across the hog line to stay in. And that one ends up at the back of the 8-foot. A little heavy from Team Yoshino. accidentally raise yellows into the tee line. So in that sixth end over on sheet A, it ended up being 2 points for Peaky Bloomers. So they lead 6-3. To bring this one into the house again, and a very good job. It's going to end up being top 8 foot. Got it around that red guard. Total Eclipse coming in from the opposite side this time. That one's going to slide into the 4 foot and sit for shot. That high guard being in the way just a little bit, so Doug's gonna decide to get rid of it. It's gotta curl a long ways. You gotta push it. Nope, they're gonna say that's not gonna go anywhere. They actually get it onto the shot rock and sit for 4. Currently. So they removed a redstone, just not the one that they were originally aiming for. Total Eclipse calling a takeout here. Follow that same path. This one doesn't look like it's curling as much. So it's gonna clip their own red and peel off their own red guard. That way they have easy access to all the yellows in the house. Doug's electing to put a guard back up, see if he can protect some of that. Right on the center line. Dragging that one in, it's actually going to just stay outside the house on that center line. A little over curled from where they originally wanted it. A little deeper too. So Total Eclipse lining up a takeout. See if they can start getting some of these yellows out of the house so they don't give up a huge end that would probably end the game here. Though that ended up not being a takeout, I guess. little more softer draw. Gonna come in. They're still sitting fifth in the house. Yellow's still in a pretty good position. But that red rock is fully open for them to use again. A little bit of a battering ram. Coming with the raised takeout. But here with Team Yoshino is just going to draw in, try to get that guard out in front of it so that they don't have that takeout available. And that is going to be an excellent guard. Sit right in front of it. Take that whole hit path away that Red was trying to set up. So Total Eclipse is going to aim for that tight 3-guard control weight. Oh, it is over curling. It's going to get that yellow guard that was just put up. It's going to move around a few things, and actually that does improve Red's situation a little bit. It pushes the redstone in just enough to cut it down to a 3 points currently for Yoshino, instead of the 4 they were sitting a moment ago. And it pushes that red under guard. There's not really a good way to get to that now. But at this stage in the game, Yoshino doesn't really care if they take 3 or 4. Honestly, they don't really care if they don't take more than 1. Because they're up. It's effectively, unless Total Eclipse takes multiple points here, this game is probably over with only 1 end left.
Like top 12 over here, and like I'm throwing this way. All right.
So Doug's gonna get things started off for our skips rocks here on this end. You're gonna come in from shooter's left.
Inside. Stay close to the weight. Yes for line. Yes for line. Yes for line. Yep. All right. Yep.
Vice calling them on for line. So that is over curling. But let's stagger those guards in front of those, it's more to the center. So Total Eclipse has got to find a way to get themselves out of kind of a pickle they're in, because they got to take multiple points here, and their best rock right now is sitting 4th. There's a lot of yellow sitting in that house. And there's not a lot of good paths to get in closer. Meanwhile, over on sheet A, Yellow is currently sitting 2 with a good number of guards out front as well. So that would make that game closer if it were to end at the moment, but they got some rocks still to go. first skips rock for red. Coming in with a good amount of weight. And, oh, a slip. So, how much has changed? They just moved one of the yellow rocks over a little bit, but yellow is still sitting 3 here.
Line. This is yes. Hard! Hard! Yes, hard! Hard!
You can hear the vice for Peaky Bloomers calling that hard line. And they're going to bring that in, and that's going to bring them to sitting 1 now. Peaky Bloomers does not have the hammer in this end. They're looking for that steal. This is Yoshino's last rock of this end. Looking to secure this game with multiple points, really with any points. Nice draw here. I'm just going to stay off it, let it stay as a guard, actually. Yep, just a guard. So they're currently sitting 3 with just the hammer still to come. Unfortunate miscue there from yellow on sheet A to push the red rock all the way into the button and fully under guard with just 1 rock each left to go. So this will be the hammer here on sheet C, and this very well could be the last rock of this game. We'll see what Total Eclipse does here. Again, the winner of this game, and along with the winner, we'll play the winner of the game from sheet B tomorrow in our B event final. This one's going to end up out in front of the house. So yellow is going to take 3, and that's going to be handshakes on sheet C. So final score here on sheet C will be 10 to 2. So we have just 1 game left being played here tonight, which is one of our A event games. So tomorrow, Team Dutt from sheet B will play Team Yoshino from sheet C in our B event final. And the Peaky Bloomers and Team Huffy are still trying to determine who's going to play against Team Dunham 1, against Scott Dunham's team, in our A event final. However, the losers still get to play tomorrow at noon. They'll play in our D event final. And for our C, our C event, semifinals will be tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, along with our E-event finals. So we still have plenty of games still to be played in this Bonspiel. 2 more draws after tonight. Plenty of good quality curling. We'll go switch over to sheet A. Focus it down on the house end. So this is our guard view, so we can see what they're looking at from a little further out.
Does it really matter though, since the score doesn't matter?
So here's the house view. So not much is happening in the house. There's a lot of stuff out front. So they got to come around. They're trying to line up a slash takeout to get to that red shot rock, because they got to get that out of there in order to have any chance. Because if red scores that one, they'll be up by 4 going into the 8th end, which makes it really easy to be, count out yellow. So yellow's got to see if they can get something here to close the gap. Rock is on its way, and the sweepers are on it. Oh, and it just misses. So that's going to be 1 point for red. Make that 7-3. Current score. And looks like they're electing to play, at least until as far as they can get. Looks like this has got enough weight just to go right through. It's the right decision here from red. Just take it all the way, take it right through the house, not leave anything for them to work with, so there's no accidental things for yellow to use to their advantage. Yellow's got to come up with a big end here. So they're going to start things off with a nice 2 guard near the center. Not on the center line, but it's in the center part of the sheet, which is going to be helpful. And red is just electing to throw this one out the back too. Couldn't take out the Yellowstone, so might as well keep everything clean as it can be. Sweepers are on this Yellowstone immediately, because this looks really soft. And it's curling. And that is not going to get over the hog line all the way. So that is not any help to yellow here. So Red throwing yet another one right out the back. Again, keeping things clean because they still can't take out that yellow one. So. Yep, so.
Yeah, but if you lose it, you go to the D, so you're playing on Sunday anyway.
All right. Yellow's got another rock on its way. This one looks like it's got a better amount of weight. Though it looks like it's starting to curl and it might bump onto their guard. Or are they going to get it? Oh, they got it past it. So it didn't over curl too soon. Going to bring it in to the 8-foot. So now Red's going to peel off that yellow guard now that they can. And challenging position for yellow here is that they really don't have any rocks to work with. They can leave up as a guard again. They've got to get as many rocks into the house as possible. Red didn't spill the shooter as all the way over, so they swept it as much as possible. Still sitting out there in as a high corner, and yellow's going to try to use that as much as possible, but yellow only has so many rocks to work with here. They've got to get 4. And 2 yellow rocks are already out of play. So Red's just trying to count them out in this game. This one looks a little bit much. Might stick around, but it's going to be way in the back. Yeah, that's going to be back 8, back 12. But they're going to ignore it for now and go for the shot rock in the top 8. They don't need to go for the hard shots when they can still count them out with the easy ones for now. So they're going to come from the inside out here with good weight. This looks to be a normal to a firm weight. Yeah. Sweeping for line. Okay. And there goes that yellow. And the red will roll out to the 12. Sit for a second, but that's kind of incidental here. So yellow's got to be in the house here. This one's going to be in, but it, again, looks like it's going to be a touch heavy. It's starting to slow down, actually. It's going to stay top 4 weight, but yellow's going to red is again going to just go for the easy hit, which will put this game on the edge. So oh, they got one. Not the one they were aiming for, but one nonetheless. So yellow is now in a position where they have to get every stone in and counting, and they can't lose anything. So, and even then, that would only force a tie here. So this game is right on the razor's edge. There's another yellow rock coming down. That one's going to stick around. Very nice. Right, touching the button. All right, this is Skip's first rock here in this 8th end. Yep, you hear the sweep call on it for line. Just got to get one of them in order to beat it done, and that is gonna do it. There's the handshakes. So that game will end with a final score 7-3. So Team Peaky Bloomers will end up playing our A event final tomorrow at noon against Scott Dunham. But Team Hufe will still play tomorrow at noon in our D event final against Penduncle Elongation from Sheet D. So that will do it for us for tonight. Again, we have our C event semifinals and E event finals tomorrow morning at 9. And then at noon, we will have our event finals for events A through D. So with that, we're going to sign off, and we will see everyone tomorrow morning. Have a good night.